Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Today is August 24th, 2021, and this is episode 140 of 4 and 3 Sports Talk, shot, of course, in beautiful downtown Springfield. Hope everybody's doing well. It's sunny. Temperature feels right. And just everything is just saying that today is going to be a great day. Let's hope so. Today's episode 140. What I have for you is some stories from the news. Western Mass Sports, a deep dive into high school football and what all the reseeding and everything like that means. Scores from the Major League Baseball. I have scores from the Little League World Series as well. And I also am giving you guys the finale from how the divisions stack up. So pieces started yesterday, and we have the latter half of that for you today as well. But first, let's start off with the news. And shout out to everybody in Western Massachusetts right now. If you're watching this, feel that positive energy flowing. I'm sending that shit right to you. Catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it. Harness it for a second and give it to someone else. Pass it on. So, Jameis Winston makes his case for starting quarterback spot with his stellar play in the third quarter. And I think that Jameis should be the starter here. But, you know, we're not going to get into the fact that the Saints wasted their money on a backup gadget guy. It is what it is. Cam Newton sidelined over a protocol misunderstanding. They thought that he had COVID, but I guess that wasn't really the case. So that's good for him. No need to make a shake-up or say anything about the New England Patriots and a quarterback controversy. Sorry, I'm talking a little bit louder to kind of like, you know, like push out their voice. Anyway, the San Diego Padres finally fired their pitching coach. And though that is not the only thing I feel that was wrong with the San Diego Padres this season and why they're so inconsistent and lose the easiest fucking games, but I think that's the start. Hashtag change the voice. Ex-NHL player Jimmy Hayes, 7 seasons with 4 teams, dead at 31. You might remember Jimmy Hayes from the 2013 Boston College Eagles. They won the national championship as far as hockey is concerned. So let's give a moment of silence for Jimmy Hayes. Roger Goodell says keep the Bills in Buffalo and cites the fact that the team needs a new stadium. I don't know if that's enough to keep them there, but I can't lie. I've seen the little stories here and there, the Bills to Dallas or something like that, man. That's preposterous. Come on, stop it, rednecks. Tony Finau beats Cameron Smith in a playoff to take PGA's Northern Trust Open. I'm happy for Finau. He's came close in a lot of events, but hasn't won anything worthwhile until now. Congratulations, boss. The defensive end Everson Griffin back with the Vikings regrets leaving to sign elsewhere in 2020, probably because there was really no market for Everson Griffin. He was an underachieving defensive end who really couldn't even convert and play linebacker. So, and that's what a lot of coaches are looking. They're expecting out of guys. This year. So much saliva in my mouth. Oh my God. Falcons add quarterback Josh Rosen to the mix. And there are your news stories. Ugh. There are your news stories for today. Now, moving on to high school football and what this all looks like. I really don't like it. I like what was there before. But at the same time, we're going to sit there and we're going to give this a chance because we have no other choice. This season, teams play 8 regular season games. schools that qualify will play in the very first MIAA statewide tournament. Instead of in the days of old, before progressing through the postseason with the sectional tournament process, all teams will be seated together statewide. That's pretty good. Definitely different than what we're used to. But okay, we'll go with this. Also, as we were so blessed to have known, there are now new divisional alignments. All right. That's cool too, depending on where you live, basically. All right. Division 1 is Central. Now, quick thing here. Central will be the only Western Mass team competing in Division 1. Central will be the only Western Mass team competing in Division 1. I love the Golden Eagles. From top to bottom, I think they're one of the best high school football teams in the country. So I'm gonna leave you guys up to decipher this and what that means. But here is the full divisional breakdown, and I'm bringing it to you in the way that you can get it, the way that you can think about it and retain it. Other than what Mass Live brings you, because it's really shit what they're bringing compared to what I'm doing. Central Division 1, Holyoke in D2. Division 3, Agawam, Minnechaug, Westfield, and West Springfield. Division 4, Amherst, Chicopee Comp, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, and Northampton. Division 5, Belchertown, Chicopee, and Pittsfield. Division 6, Commerce, East Hampton, Monument Mountain, Putnam, and South Hadley. Division 7 is the Wacona Warriors. And now for the finale. This is awesome. I call this one the SEC. These guys are literally the SEC of high school football. Division 8, they've got everybody. Athol, Drury, Franklin County Tech, Frontier, the Red Hawks. Shout outs to Aiden Dredge. He's going to go out there and kill it for those Frontier Red Hawks. Greenfield Green Wave, Hoosick Valley, Lee, Mahar, McCann Tech. Shout out to my boy Jason Knapp, he's a senior. Mohawk Trail, Mount Greylock, Palmer, Pathfinder, Smith Voke, Taconic, and Ware. The big Division 8. It's like the SEC. It's like the SEC. So yeah, take a breath real quick. That was a lot. Central at the top, as they should be. Then the talent level dips after that. Division 8's looking like the SEC, LOL, and 16 teams. Wow. Looks like the power rankings are going to need to be completely revamped. And I've hinted at this through different announcements, different posts on the podcast page, and honestly, it just does. And honestly, we are going to go to a top 25 power rankings. Anything on the outside of the top 25 is going to be just factored in straight by wins, losses. And these rankings will change after every Friday and Saturday game. Obviously the rankings will be adjusted. There might be a Thursday game thrown in there here and there. That and all that those points, those wins and all that will be adjusted after the Friday games are played. So that means you guys would get fresh power rankings every Saturday. And Saturday afternoon, because some schools are playing their games on Saturday as well. So the episode that would come out on that Saturday would come out in the afternoon with the fresh power rankings. And usually we do a reminder the next episode, just to give you guys, just to get it fresh in your head as the week starts. So the rankings are going to get completely revamped. I've still yet to complete the rankings for high school girls basketball. It was supposed to be finished yesterday, but still waiting a little bit more feedback from somebody else before this list is completed. I got the first 6 down. Other than that, let's move on to how the divisions stack up. And this is a finale in this section of the NFL. Let me give you a little recap. I did the divisions and how they stacked up, all 8 of them. And it was factored in on what other things that have happened in the division. Their team, success, projections of what guys should do this year. Just a bunch of that. And the Football Power Index was used as well. So here we go, and I'm continuing with the NFC South at number 5. As you know, we have the Tampa Bay Bucks. They are defending Super Bowl champions. They're the second best team in the NFL. The Saints will come in second place. They're 13th in the NFL. Panthers are 23rd at third place, and the Falcons will be a fourth place team in this division at 24th. If it was a 2-team race a year ago, with the Saints coming out on the top of the regular season, but the Bucks getting the last laugh in the playoffs. Well, let's be serious here and cut all the laughs and the bullshit. Drew Brees' retirement and the uncertainty of the Saints' current quarterback situation, coupled with the defending Super Bowl champions, are returning all starters on both sides of the ball, has resulted in a huge gap between number 1 and number 2. The Saints have been the hardest team for me to decipher. A lot of what made them 4-time defending division champs still resides within the team. I rank them as being the 5th best defense. Alvin Kamara still leads the backfield. Sean Payton is coach, but something is not right here. And I believe we will see that all elite teams need and call for elite quarterback play. You can't do that if you can't decide on who's your starter going forward. Number 6, the NFC North. Green Bay Packers, the 5th best team in the NFL, at 3.1. Chicago Bears come in second, 0.6, the 15th best. Minnesota Vikings in minus 1.5 at the 22nd. And Detroit Lions are minus 5.4 points. They are 31st in the NFL. They are the second worst team we have in the league. So, if we decided to trade Aaron Rodgers, or he retired, or sat out some games, there's a decent chance this division would have been the worst in the league. High hopes there are for rookie Justin Fields, but he might not even be the week 1 starter, honestly. Maybe not even Dalton. And there are legit concerns along the Bears' offensive line as well, as you all saw when the Bills thrashed the Bears 43-12. And those guys acted like they couldn't block anything. So the Bears' defense is top 15, but the Bears and the Lions definitely got to prove themselves as far as what we're speaking on in this division. Lions are headed downward towards another horrible year, and the Bears are going to at some point, when Andy Dalton starts sucking, throw Justin Fields in and expect him to carry that team to the promised land. Number 7 now. I'm laughing because it's the second to worst division in football. Oh my God, I wonder who you thought it was, huh? Probably thought it was the AFC South, right? You're fucking wrong. Haha, motherfuckers, I got you. One thing I know and you cannot tell me shit about is the fact that you all thought that was certain wasn't true at all. The NFC East, a division in 2020 in which every team finished under 500, is not the worst division in football. How the fuck is this? How? To be honest, it was a tough call. Football Power Index disagrees, but in my observations, the top 2 teams in the AFC South are better than any NFC East team. I also think the bottom 2 teams in the AFC South are worse than any NFC East teams. So, there's the there's my explanation now. This year, Washington football team is going to win that division outright. There's nothing in my mind that makes me think that Dallas is going to be different, and or the Giants, and the Eagles really either too. So, a Washington football team 14th best in the league at 0.7. Dallas in second place at 0.2 points in 20th. The Giants in third place at minus 2.5. They're 26th best in the league, and the Eagles dropped to minus 3.8 and are the 28th best team in the league. So you thought that the NFC East was the worst division. You're wrong. The worst division in football is by far, most definitely, the AFC South. My number 18. I have the Tennessee Titans atop this division, obviously 1.2 points. They're 12th best in the league. The Colts 0.3. They're 16th best. Jaguars are minus 4.4. They're 29th in the NFL. And the Houston Texans are minus 7.7. The worst team in the NFL. They kind of have holes on both sides of the ball. And one other thing is the fact that their quarterback is most likely going to jail for a decent amount of time. We're not going to get into the legal crap and this, that, and the third that he said, she said. I'm all for the player until the law shows otherwise. So, this is the AFC South, and this will wrap up this section. As you can see, the Jags and the Texans ratings act as the anchor around this division's neck. Tennessee would have been a Super Bowl contender had they fixed the pass rush issues, which they did not. Jadeveon Clowney is not a pass rusher that you put in that's going to scare anyone, because he's going to get hurt eventually. The Colts could feel rightfully similar if Frank Reich can unlock the old Carson Wentz, and or if Wentz comes back healthy, as well as Mr. Achilles himself in Eric Fisher. That's going to bolster a very good offensive line group. That's honestly, though, they're pretty big asks, and there is more reason to wonder whether the teams will be great this season or not, whether the Colts will be a complete shit show. That remains to be seen, but that very well can be a possibility. And there was how the divisions stack up. That's me looking at these divisions as a whole and grading the entire teams up and down again, and just to give you who's the best. Let's go with some scores from Major League Baseball, huh? In 11 innings, the Red Sox beat the Texas Rangers 8-4. Yanks over the Braves 5-1. Toronto beats the White Sox 2-1. That's a good game. I don't understand what's going on with Chicago. Cubs over the Rockies 6-4. Royals humble the Astros 7-1, and Seattle over Oakland 5-3. In tennis, Venus Williams defeats Sam Heisey. I just tore her last name up in the WTA Chicago Women's Open. So whenever a Williams sister wins in tennis, we gotta clap. We gotta applaud that. That is Black Girl Magic. What her sister do on the tennis courts, goddamn. Especially Serena. Oh my God. One of the finest women in history. One of the finest women to ever be born. Like, let's be real. Little League World Series, Michigan over Texas 6-5. San Diego over Oregon 3-0. Louisiana over Ohio 2-0. And New England over Washington 3-2. Nebraska over Washington 3-2. Tuesday, upcoming Little League World Series games, Texas versus New Jersey at 7 p.m. with New Hampshire and Oregon going at it at 7:30. Last night in the NFL preseason, the Saints beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-21. Jameis Winston, as I said, had a great quarter, 9 for 10, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tony Jones rushing for 1, and Marquez Callaway catching 2 of those and having over 100 yards receiving. Watch Marquez Callaway this season, especially if you're a fantasy guy. Don't waste a pick on him early, because we don't know what's the Saints quarterback what the Saints quarterback position is looking like. If it's going to be Taysom, if it's going to be Jameis. Could be a healthy mix of both. Who knows? But don't go with him right away. But he is definitely going to be a valuable fantasy option at some point. And then for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence got sacked as his last play in, and he was 14 for 23 and 113 yards. Other than that, nothing really to wow about on the Jaguars side. The score was 23-21. Despite the Jaguars' late game heroics as far as the touchdown is concerned. But that's it. This has been episode 140 of 413 Sports Talk. I'm your host, Rahim Eskeli. Please do not forget we are on YouTube to subscribe to us over there. Like, share, subscribe, follow, comment. We're on Facebook. Please tell a friend, share this episode. Share any episode you want to. Just share them. First and foremost, I want to thank you for viewing and continuing to support the show. Shout out to all the coaches and the students, athletes in Western Massachusetts. Get up, get those uniforms on, get those backpacks filled with books, notebooks, pens and papers, what have you, and get ready for school. And I wish you all nothing but health, wealth, love, and success. And we will see you tomorrow morning for episode 141 of 413 Sports Talk. Please note, upcoming, I have the girls' high school basketball power rankings. They're in the works. An entire revamping of the basketball and football power rankings for the boys' side as well. That is coming up. Episode 142, we will be shooting from the Central Golden Eagles practice field. They get over at practice at 7:30, so we'll be shooting an episode, and I will be conducting my very first in-person interview with the legendary, the best quarterback Massachusetts has ever seen, and William Watson III. I get a chance to sit down with William Watson III and talk off-season, talking football, talking NFL, anything. But please do not forget, episode 142 is going to be important. We will have that William Watson interview. We're undecided yet if we're going to do it as part of including the episode. But that's most likely what's going to happen. So definitely look out for that. Episode 142 is huge. I'll let you guys know tomorrow if the final answer on that, if we're gonna combine them or have them as separate entities. Most likely gonna combine them, but there is an argument made for doing them separate. So I wish you all a great day. It's Tuesday. It's a nice day out. It doesn't seem too hot yet. Get out, enjoy yourselves. If you are near Blunt Park, make sure you go check out my girl Tiffany Clark and Yummy Italian Ice. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be out there today. And please go out there and check her out. Leave that dairy alone. This is Rahim Eskeli with episode 140. We're signing out. See you tomorrow, guys. Episode 141 of 412 Sports Talk.